All right, good morning, everyone. It is 8:15, so we are going to get started with our morning wake-up call. We're going to be going through the book, Little Things Matter. If you don't have the book, no problem. You can still join us and learn from this. This morning we have Mr. Chris G. He is a great leader. He's an inspiration and a friend to me, and he is also in Oklahoma. So, Chris, I'm going to pass it on to you.
Hey, sounds good, Jennifer. Can you hear me okay?
I gotcha.
Awesome. Well, welcome, everybody. Man, it's exciting to hear all the little ding-dings of everybody coming in from all over the countryside. And what an exciting time we're in to be able to start the wake-up call again. This is something that's been talked about for a while. We had a couple of ladies that really just powered through to make this thing happen for everybody. So I'm excited, and today we're on Chapter 2 of the Little Things That Matter. And, man, as I was going through this chapter, it really hit me. It's like there's some really good points here. You know, you start off in your life or your career, like when you start to move into adulthood and people, you know, start talking to you about your college and your career and what business you may or may not be in. You know, a lot of the things that you hear a lot of times is people say, hey, you need to have a strong desire to win, right? Well, that's probably true, but we're going to go through some things that might shift or shake up your thinking around desire and what that does to your success. So as I was going through the book, the author here talks about how he has studied success. And, of course, he's experienced it firsthand as well. And he says that there's absolutely no doubt in his mind that the starting point to living a more successful, fulfilling life is to know positively what's important to you, right? Sounds normal. But it's not just that. You have to identify, this is one of the things that really hit me, guys, was you have to identify the things you value most. And we'll talk more about that here in just a few minutes. The author says that he was struggling to become an entrepreneur and that he was taught, like we just mentioned, that one of the first steps to achieving success is a strong desire. But as you go through life, and as the author says, he went through his career, he's coached hundreds of entrepreneurs who wanted to achieve something great. They wanted it. They could taste it. They had this strong desire, but they lacked something. They lacked the discipline that it would take to achieve those goals in their business or in their life. And so he says, you know, another prime example is real estate agents. I mean, the dropout rate of a real estate agent in the first year is over 80%. And I personally know some really good real estate agents who struggled big time in their first year in real estate because it's a tough industry when you're getting started. But don't you think that those real estate agents wanted to be successful? They wanted to have the things that success would bring them. So what happened to their desires? Why did they fail to follow through? What happened to the 80%ers in that first year? Well, here's the answer. What they desired, now this is key, guys, for the day, what they desired was not important enough for them to do the things required to achieve those objectives. So I'm going to say that one more time. What they desired was not important enough to them to do the things required to achieve their goals. So let me encourage you this morning, is speaking directly from the book, let me encourage you to stop spending time pursuing things you simply desire or that you think are important. Instead, identify the things that you know are important. See, it's a small but critical distinction right here. Far too many people waste large periods of their lives climbing mountains to only realize when they get to the top, they climbed the wrong mountain. Intentionally respected author and leadership coach Stephen Covey says this: how different our lives are when we really know what is deeply important to us And keeping that picture in mind, we manage ourselves each day to be and to know what really matters most. Man, that's important. So I'm going to read you the challenge this morning from the book. I love this book, Little Things That Matter, because each day you have this message and then you have this challenge to apply it to your life. So we really want to encourage you guys, if this is a huge thing. Like, if we all get on board and go through each one of these chapters and we adhere to the challenge, I challenge you to observe the results you will see at the end of this book. It's going to be incredible. So here's today's challenge: is make a list. Make a list of the things that are important to you, then prioritize that list. Identify the most important one and put that at the top. Identify the second and the third and so on and so on. And you make this list honest, okay? Whenever you're making it, you got to be honest. Don't put something at the top of the list because you think someone else will think that that's a cool priority, right? Don't do that. Put your number one. See, if you say that my family is really important to me, but you're traveling 2 to 3 weeks a month, you're working 80 hours a week, your actions may be speaking louder than your words. So what truly are your priorities? If your priority is your career and going forward and all that, put that at the top of your list, right? Whatever your priority is, put that as number one. If you're going to move forward, if you're going to move your life forward, you can't play games with yourself. Like, you can't pretend things are different than they really are. So when you complete this exercise, you're going to have this prioritized list of things that are most important for you to achieve. So I highly encourage you guys, please stop, do this exercise, and then the lessons that follow going forward as we continue through this book will be more impactful if you do this little step. So last thing here, desire alone is not enough to break through your obstacles. It's not enough to conquer the mountains that are in front of you. What you pursue must be something that deep down in your inner being is very important to you. And that's what I encourage you guys today, is really think through what in my life is most important. It goes back to that first statement we talked about, is what do you identify that is most valued in your life? Okay? And but anyways, this was a great chapter as I was reading through it. Just strong desire is important, but what do you value the most? Make that list, prioritize it, and guys, we can't wait to see you back on the next call tomorrow, same time, same place, probably a better speaker. So get ready and enjoy. Jennifer, I'll throw it back to you.
Oh, that was awesome, and such a good reminder. You know, I was a realtor for about 7 years, and those statistics, I remember them actually sharing back in school and just giving a heads up of the things and the struggles and the hurdles you're going to go through. And honestly, I mean, we go through that in life. The struggles happen, and I know for me, when I went through some struggles several years ago, I thought I had my life planned. I thought I had the goal set of where my family was going to go, and it didn't end up going there. And reading through this chapter, it made me realize, you know what, there's some things that I need to get in place to understand and know what I'm going to be doing, because I don't have a path. And I had a friend once tell me about the GPS analogy, like, who gets lost out here? I get lost all the time. I reroute a lot of times, but if I'm driving across the U.S. and I don't have a set destination of where I want to be in that GPS, like locked in and where I want in life, like, I can wander all over the place. I can get lost and turn, and it can definitely take me a lot of places I don't need to go. I don't want to go and get lost to get there, but having something in mind, like you were talking about, that desire, identifying the things that value the most in my life, like that for me, thank you for that. Like, I need to set that in place for myself and to keep moving forward. So is there anything else you want to add? We got a couple more minutes on here.
No, that's it. I think today was a short and sweet one. I appreciate everybody being here, and we'll see you back tomorrow.